I remember when Asher was born. Some of them are funny, some of them are not. So, I remember when Asher was born, fourth one, home birth, and the cord was wrapped around his neck and he was turning blue, and yet came and helped and rescued. Still allowed me to cut the cord, but it was scary there for a second, and she'd be able to give him oxygen again. Get it going. God had a plan on that one. And then every one of my kids, I have a favorite picture. My favorite picture of Asher is when he was in the hallway. In the hallway, he's 2 years old, running down beach in Myrtle Beach somewhere, chasing seagulls, screaming. So you just see him running down the beach with his hands up, and he's just screaming at the top of his lungs. And then a little older, when he gets like 5-ish, he gets on his first, I don't want to say club soccer team, that's like a rec soccer team. And you got Mr. Charlie as your coach, you're the Orange Crush. And the funny thing about that was, any of you guys that have kids in soccer, you know that you have to provide snacks, and it's not just, one of the parents has to bring snacks for all the kids. So whatever it happened to be for our team, occasionally, so whatever it was, like Rice Krispie treats or something, you see Asher coming back with like something totally different. It's because he saw that the other team's moms had better snacks, and so he would come over and, he's the only one with a different snack, and then he would get the Rice Krispie treats on top of that. It's just not funny, I always remember seeing him do that. And then some of these involve some of the kids over here. A little later, when he was about 10, I'm guessing 10 or 11, he came into the shop and said, me and Mark want to dig big holes. I was like, go ahead. And I didn't care about the backyard, so he was back there digging. I was like, go, they take shovels and they start digging, and they come out. And he comes back to tell me to come see it. And it's like a 10, 12 foot deep hole. Not in our yard, it's in my neighbor's yard. I was like, what are you doing? Go fill it. Still there, actually, it's kind of filled in, but there's still a hole there. Why isn't Mark? I don't think Max was part of that, but I know Mark was part of that. And then later, there's Daniel. Okay, so later on, when Asher was around 13 or 14, we got him like an 11-foot blow-up boat that you can row it and stuff like that. So I had Daniel and him. Might have been the first time we took it out on Lake Murray. And we're like, I don't know, 100, 200 yards out, rowing real good. And I don't know, Daniel broke the oar. Someone broke one of the oars. Okay? And now you're stuck there like Finding Nemo, one small fin, trying to get back to shore. And we get closer, and Asher says, I'm not going on, this is the first time we took it out. I was like, I'm not going on this boat till you get a motor. So like the next thing I had to buy him a trolling motor, which we use. Still have it, but we don't fit it in anymore. So the boat's still there, we just don't fit it. And then on down the road, he came in, there were cops on the other side of the fence, our back neighbor. And that started because Matthew and his friend were kicking soccer balls over to a neighbor that wasn't really nice. So the police were called a couple times, and then he moved on. So Asher and who else was gone? It was probably Daniel. But then, things were happening with that neighbor. So then, this time the cops were over there and the neighbor, and I'm like, it's a ball or something. No, there's a BB shot in one of the windows. So Asher says, it ricocheted off the tree. I was shooting over. He said that, and it wasn't until like 5 years later, he goes, no, actually, I just shot it out. It only cost $400 or something to fix the window. That's kind of fun. And then later on, getting a little more seriously, it was a blessing to see you get baptized. That was a really cool day. And getting accepted into Bob Jones, and I was like, it's better to go where you're wanted. And he really has succeeded there. And all of that stuff I'm telling you about just happened like that. It just seems like 20 years goes by just like that. And then came the blonde girl. So we're sitting at games, and this blonde girl with curly hair is running around, and eventually, she's not blonde now. She came, got to meet meet us and sat with us, and you can tell what's going on. We're not stupid. But the funny thing about Francesca, we have some property up in North Carolina that we've been developing. And so I'm just going to say the first 3 trips because this is so funny. This is why I love you so much. The first time we took her, and Asher brought her, she was wearing white tennis shoes. We were down there working in the spring, and I'm like, she's wearing white tennis shoes. We're in mud.
It's in January.
Yeah, it's in January. We're in mud and rocks, and she's helping build this dam, and the shoes are just not white anymore by the end.
Her hope is
Yeah, they were ruined. I'm sorry about that. I think we did replace them. And then the second time we went, she came over, and we were just kind of clearing some underbrush and cutting smaller trees and stuff like that. And did it, and went on. So the third time, I think we were at our house, and we were getting ready to go up, and this is why I love this. She says, "So, are we doing rocks or sticks?" It was so funny. I was like, sticks. Oh, good. I'm used to doing sticks. I like that better. And it's because of that. And there's a lot of other ones like I said. I'll say one more that's funny. We've gone out to eat many times, different places. And one of them was like tacos. Another one we took you out to Mexican something. This might have been after working on the property. And so one of the times after that, she goes, "Oh, we're having chips again. Seems like every time we eat together, we have chips." So what did we have last night? There were chips last night. It was so funny. She does it. It was just so funny. And I told Frank, I said, "We absolutely love you. Absolutely love you. I'm so happy that you're in our family. And it's just extending your love to all of our family. And we're so happy for you guys." Asher, congratulations.